like to call the Senate to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Barnett. Senator Barrett. Senator Berry. Senator Blackman. Senator Blackwell. Senator Blunt. Senator Boyd. Senator Brumfield. Senator Bryan. Senator Butler. Senator Carter. Senator Chazanall. Senator Chisholm. Senator DeBar. Senator Delano. Senator England. Senator Fillingane. Senator Frazier. Senator Harkins. Senator Hickman. Senator Hill. Senator Hobson. Senator Horn. Senator Jackson. Senator Johnson. Senator Jordan. Senator Kirby. Senator Latner. Senator McCon. Senator McClendon. Senator McMahon. Senator Michelle. Senator Norwood. Senator Parker. Senator Parks. Senator Polk. Senator Rhodes. Senator Robinson. Senator Seymour. Senator Simmons of the 12th. Senator Simmons of the 13th. Senator Sparks. Senator Suber. Senator Tate. Senator Thomas. Senator Thompson. Senator Turner Ford. Senator Whaley. Senator Wiggins. Senator Williams. Senator Younger. Mr. President, a quorum is present.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Will the senators and guests in the gallery please rise for the invocation to be given by Brother Haskell Sparks. You may recognize the resemblance of the individual to my right. And he is the pastor of Crossway Church in Corinth, Mississippi. Brother Sparks is a guest of course, his son, Senator Sparks. The invocation will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Senator Sparks. Brother Sparks.
For some reason, I have to pull this down a little. Would you bow with me? Our divine Heavenly Father, I feel so unworthy to approach your throne of grace today. Remembering Isaiah, when he in a vision saw you, the first thing he said is, "Woe unto me, for I am a man of unclean lips." He recognized his inability. He recognized his sinfulness. And Father, I would suppose it's in a similar way like seeing a skyscraper and you keep going to it, and the closer you get, the smaller you feel. That's why I feel small today. How great thou art. You've given us examples. You said men ought always to pray and not faint. If we would pray first, instead of, if this doesn't work, we'll pray, then our lives would be a lot better. And our people around us would grow. You taught us not to stand and pray, as in Luke 18, I thank thee that I'm not like other men are, that I'm better than someone else. There's none of us anything without you. Father, I'm reminded of the time a man by the name of Saul of Tarsus was on his way to Damascus to destroy Christians. Certified letters in his hand. And I remember, Jesus, you met him on the road. And your light was so radiant, he couldn't stand it and he fell to the earth and he was blinded by that light. And a man that had come to call those into prison now was facing the great I Am. And he said, "Who is it, Lord?" He saw and he felt the same thing as Isaiah did when he said, "Woe is me, for I am a man of unclean lips." And you know, Father, he was a prophet. Saul felt that same thing, and yet I read Jesus' words. He said, "I came to seek and to save the lost." Saul was lost, but was dreaded by Christians. Lord, give us the spirit of humility. As in Luke 18, where we do not stand and pray and thank you that you couldn't get along without me. But let us look across the way over there, away from the temple, away from the church house. There was a poor old man, a Samaritan, would not so much as lift up his eyes to your throne, and just smote himself on the breast, and he said, "God, be merciful to me. I'm a sinner." Father, as long as we compare ourselves with our comrade, I'm not as bad as she is, or I'm not as bad as he is. Father, I've come to the conclusion we can't be saved until we think we're the worst sinner ever lived. That our heart's not right as long as we're looking for someone else to compare ourselves with. And then I'm reminded of the Apostle Paul, who was that Saul. And he wrote to the Ephesians, and he says, "I'm less than the least of all saints." Yet he was an apostle. He wrote to Timothy, and he said, "Timothy, young man, I'm the chief of sinners. Howbeit I've obtained mercy." He wrote to the Romans, and he says, "Within my flesh dwells no good thing." Lord, may we humble ourselves today. May you bless this organization, this group of men, this group of ladies, and give us the spirit of humility. And Jesus said, "I didn't come to be served, I came to serve." That's why we're here today. These men and women, you have allowed them. They may have worked hard campaigning for this position, but it's your calling. Thank you that you set up kings and you bring down kings. Keep us humble in your sight, and we can do great things. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you, Brother Sparks. Thank you, Senator Sparks. Now the reading of the journal, Senator Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we dispense with the reading of the journal.
Senator moves dispense with the reading of the journal. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Message and petitions, Mr. Clerk.
Mr. President, there are none.
Committee reports, Senator Blackwell, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we dispense with the reading of the committee reports.
Senators moves to dispense with the reading of the committee reports. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Please proceed to Senator Moose. Reading of the titles of bills and resolutions.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we dispense with the reading of the titles of the bills and resolutions.
Senator moves to dispense with the reading of the titles of bills and resolutions. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Now we'll move to the calendar. First, before we do that, we'll ask if there are any introductions. Senator Michelle, you're recognized for introduction, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I have two introductions. First, it's my pleasure to welcome a familiar face to the Senate in the way of our doctor of the day, Dr. Fred Kinsey. He's been here, I know, at least 3 years in a row. Dr. Kinsey lives in Madison. He's emergency medicine business with Baptist Hospital and UMC. Dr. Kinsey, we sure appreciate you being here with us today. And my second introduction is a crowd I have gathered here behind me, here at my desk, my lovely wife, Beth, and with us is our daughter, Megan, who's off on spring break this week. She teaches third grade at Clinton Eastside, fourth grade, excuse me, at Clinton Eastside. And this little fella right here, I've endorsed him this morning for the State Senate District 25 seat in the 2047 election. This is Baker. Give him a great Senate welcome, please.
Welcome, Baker. We're glad you're here, bud. And Beth, thank you. It's good to see all of y'all again. Senator Wiggins.
Thank you, Mr. President. If they'll stand in the South Gallery, it's my pleasure to introduce Michael Kelly, former police chief in Columbia and I think seminary. He's now with Mississippi Public Health Institute in Madison. And also with him is Angela Mallett, and she's okay with me saying this, former drug court graduate, went through the programs and is doing fabulous. And they're here, and if you get a chance to speak with them, please do. So thank you, and please give them a welcome.
Senator Simmons, D. Sorry, Senator Frazier.
Thank you, Mr. President. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce my wife, who's with us today, Mrs. Jean Frazier, sitting in my seat. And I do endorse her for my seat in 2050.
It's good to have you with us again. Thank you very much. It's good to see you, ma'am. Senator Sparks.
Introduction, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Since I was asked not to do it, I would like to introduce at the smokers table Bobby Sparks, the wife of the preacher of the day, and my wife, who's in the gallery, Anna Sparks. So if I was going to upset one, I thought I'd upset both of them. Would you make them feel welcome, please?
It's good to have y'all with us. Good luck on dinner. All right, Senator Horn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Introduction.
Please proceed.
I'd like to direct the Senate's attention to the West Gallery, where we have the Jacktown All-Star Band. They're known as JAB, and they're under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Garland, Mr. Terrence Jones, and also assisted by Ms. Courtney Galloway. I'd like to ask them to stand and have the Senate make them welcome. They are a drum corps. Mr. President, they're a great drum corps from elementary school all the way up to high school, and they're future scholarship recipients for drum scholarships down the road. I'd like to ask that the Senate have to make them welcome.
Welcome very much. Senator Chasnow.
Thank you, Mr. President, for an introduction.
Please proceed.
In the South Gallery today, there's some healthcare professionals, but there's one that is of particular interest to me. Her name is Corey Bailey, and she is the administrator of the Tyler Holmes Memorial Hospital in Winona, and she does a fabulous job, and I'm so glad they're here today. Make her welcome, please.
Welcome. Sheriff Barrett.
Introduction.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I'm honored to recognize the dedicated American Connection Corps members who serve as digital skills coaches through a partnership with American Connection Corps and BEAM, the state broadband office. These individuals are working hard to ensure that more Mississippians have the knowledge and tools they need to succeed in today's digital world as BEAM and the internet service providers expand high internet. So, ladies and gentlemen in the Senate, they are currently in the North Gallery, and when I call your name, if you'll please raise your hand. I'd like to acknowledge Alicia Rose from Pope, Mississippi, Darby Lowry from Brookhaven, Mississippi, Kennedy Helm from Abbeville, Mississippi, Seth Flake from Corinth, Mississippi, Austin Reynolds from Shelby, Tianne Brown from Little Rock, Mississippi, Amber Dorsey and Markeisha Wells from Jackson, Mississippi. Finally, we have Andy Smith from Macomb. Thank you for everything that you do for the state of Mississippi. And Mr. President, I'd also like to thank you.
Any other introductions? Senator Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. If the Senate could direct their attention to the South Gallery, I'd like for them to extend a welcome to Chad Netterville, Executive Director of the Rural Hospital Association, and some of his colleagues, if you folks would stand so we could recognize you.
Y'all do great work. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Okay. Now, any other introductions? Any other introductions? We'll move to the calendar appropriation. Senator Hobson. I'm sorry. Senator Hill has a floor presentation. Senator Hobson, one moment, please. Senator Hill, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to request 4 privileges for the Pearl River County High School Blue Devil National Championship cheerleading team and their coaches Liz Smith and Tasha McGuire.
Privileges are granted. With Sergeant at Arms, please show the guest chamber floor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. President, I'd like to ask the clerk to read the resolution.
Mr. Clerk, please read the resolution.
Senate Resolution Number 90, a resolution commending and congratulating the Pearl River Central High School Blue Devil cheerleading team and Coach Liz Smith and Assistant Coach Tasha Morris as the 2024 and 2025 UCA National High School Cheerleading Champions. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the State of Mississippi that we do hereby commend and congratulate the Pearl River Central High School Blue Devil cheerleading team and Coach Liz Smith and Assistant Coach Tasha Morris as 2024 and 2025 UCA National High School cheerleading champions, and extend to the team, coaches, parents, and sponsors our best wishes for future championships. Be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Coach Liz Smith and Assistant Coach Tasha Morris for the team, forwarded to Pearl River Central Principal Dr. Robert Zagarelli and the Pearl River County Board of Education, and made available to the Capitol Press Corps.
Mr. President, I'd ask for permission for Assistant Coach Tasha Morris to address the Senate briefly. And this is a special lady to me. She was my daughter's best friend from middle school to high school, in each other's weddings, and just can't be more happy for her to address the Senate today.
Ma'am, you're recognized to address the Mississippi Senate.
I just want to thank you all. Oh, sorry. I just want to thank you all so much for recognizing this team. They have put in an incredible amount of work to be here, and this is actually our second national championship win. We are back-to-back champions. I was new this year, so this is my first one, but Liz McDonald has led this team for years and to these championships. So thank you so much for giving us the recognition they very much deserve, and we are honored to be here before you today.
Very nice.
Again, thank y'all so much for honoring this team. They mean so much to me and so much to my county.
Congratulations, ladies. Well done. That's very hard national competition. Very proud of each of you. Those of you who have never had a daughter in cheerleading need to know they work harder than football players, because I have witnessed it. Okay, thank you very much. We'll move to the calendar. Senator Hobson, now we're recognized.
Mine, and I got yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask that we go to item 1 on today's calendar and have the title read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
House Bill 1736, Appropriation, Tom-Bigby River Valley Water Management District.
Make the usual motion, yes.
Usual motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to move in a moment to adopt the strike call and ask you to recognize Senator Thompson, but I will state to the members on these 5 bills that are on the calendar, these are for final passage. We have stripped the reverse repealers and all these and made the appropriate changes, so these will be for final passage. At this point, though, I would ask you to recognize Senator Thompson to explain the strike call, Mr. President.
You recognize Senator Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is final action for the Tom-Bigby Water Valley Management District. We were at the elbow recommendation of $9,088,793. However, we had to go back and increase due to the 1.5% increase in health insurance. We had to increase the authorization to $9,089,507. That's a brief explanation of the strike call, and if there are no questions, move to adopt the strike call.
No.
Okay, pardon me. All right. Motion is to adopt the strike call. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. President. If there are no further questions, move for final passage on the morning roll
Use of the
call.
morning roll call has been requested. Anyone object? Vote is voting no. Present? Seeing none, the bill passes by use of the morning roll call. Senator Hobson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask we go to item 2 and have the title read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
House Bill 1758, Appropriation, Auctioneers Commission.
Make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Please proceed, Senator
Thank you. I
Hobson.
move adoption of the strike call and ask that you recognize Senator Turner forward to explain.
Senator Turner Ford, you're recognized. I don't believe we have a strike call, Senator. Take a look real
My
quick.
final passage, you're right, and I would
Okay.
just ask that you recognize Senator Turner forward to explain the bill.
Okay, we're on. Senator Turner Ford, on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The bill before us is the Mississippi Auctioneers Commission's budget. The Senate adopted the LBR recommendation, which was in the amount of $117,462. And as the chair mentioned, this is on final passage. I'll yield for questions.
Questions? Seeing none, Senator, we're ready for your motion on the bill.
I move adoption by use of the morning roll call.
Adoption by use of the morning roll call. Anyone object to procedure? Court is voting no. Present? Seeing none, the bill passes. Thank you, Senator Turner Ford. Senator Hobson on item 3, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, I ask that the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
House Bill 1747, Appropriation, Nursing Home Administrators Board.
Make the usual motion.
Usual motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Please proceed.
Move adoption of the strike call and ask to be recognized to explain.
You're recognized, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is final action for the Board of Nursing Home Administrators. The LBR amount is $209,142, and as mentioned earlier, this does include the health insurance increases that the Health Insurance Board included for the remainder of the year. I'll yield for questions.
Questions? Seeing none, Senator, we're ready for your motion.
My motion is adoption of the strike all.
Adopt to strike all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
Now I suggest passage by use of the morning roll call.
Use of the morning roll call has been requested. Anyone object? Court is voting no. Present. Seeing none, the bill passes. Senator, we're on item 4.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I ask that the title be read.
Clerk, please read the title.
House Bill 1751, Appropriation Psychology Board.
Make usual motion.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
Move adoption of the strike all and ask to be recognized to explain.
You're recognized to explain the strike all, Senator.
It's final action on the Board of Psychology. It's $162,606. All special funds. I'll yield for questions.
Seeing no questions, Senator, we're ready on your strike all.
Motion is to adopt the strike all.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
Now I suggest passage by use of the morning roll call.
Use of the morning roll call has been requested. Anyone object? Court is voting no. Present. Seeing none, the bill passes by use of the morning roll call. Item 5, Senator Hobson.
I ask that the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
House Bill 1752, Appropriation Real Estate Appraisal Licensing Certification Board.
Make the usual motion.
Use your motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Please proceed, Senator.
I move that we adopt the strike all and ask that you recognize Senator Michelle to explain.
Senator Michelle, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Chairman, this is the appropriation for the Real Estate Appraiser Licensing Certification Board. The final action is $746,698. That includes a $168 increase for insurance, which is certainly not going to break our state treasury. Be glad to yield any questions on that. If none, I'll move adoption of the strike all amendment, Mr. President.
Seeing no questions, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll move final passage by use of the morning roll call.
Use of the morning roll call has been requested. Anyone object to the procedure? Court is voting no. Present. Seeing none, the bill passes by use of the morning roll call. Thank you, Senator Michelle. Thank you, Senator Hobson. Senator Kirby will go to the rules calendar on number 6.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to suspend the rules and take up items 6 through 37 in block.
Good job.
And ask that the title to be read.
6 through 36. One moment.
Through 37, I think.
Is it 37, Senator? That would be Representative Clark's.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to 37 or 36, sir?
Well, the calendar I have has 37.
Yeah, 37 is Representative Clark. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll go through 37?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 6 through 37, Senator, if you take a moment, take a look.
Taking them all.
Motion is to take all in block. Seeing no objection is granted. Mr. Clerk, please read the titles.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 533, recognize Mississippi Methodist Hospital and Rehabilitation Center on occasion of its 50th anniversary. Senate Concurrent Resolution number 534, recognize outstanding track and field career of Gentry High School in Florida State All-American Janet Davis. Senate Concurrent Resolution number 535, extend the deepest sympathy of the legislature on the passing of former Speaker Pro Tempore Robert George Clark, Jr. Senate Concurrent Resolution number 536, salute Holmes County poll worker Freddie Ann Berg Fanner. Senate Concurrent Resolution number 537, designate April 24, 2025 as Remand Day in Mississippi. Senate Resolution number 75, commend Brandon Cheerleading Team for 6th NCAA National Championship. Senate Resolution number 76, commend Bay Springs Boys Basketball Team for 2025 MHSAA Class 2A State Championship. Senate Resolution number 77, commend Canton High School Tigers Boys Basketball Team for back-to-back Class 5A State Championships. Senate Resolution number 78, commend 2025 Callaway Girls Basketball Team for 6A State Championship. Senate Resolution number 79, commend Distinguished Public Service of Fire Chief John Pope III for 6 terms of office with Mississippi Firefighters Association. Senate Resolution number 80, commend Lamont Davis as Instructor of the Year at the Centers of MGCCC. Senate Resolution Number 81, commend Angela Sims as Instructor of the Year for the MGCCC Jackson County Campus. Senate Resolution 82, observe March 20th, 2025 as Alpha Kappa Alpha Day at the Mississippi State Capitol. Senate Resolution Number 83, commend Germantown High School Mavericks boys basketball team for first winning season for a state class 7A championship. Senate Resolution Number 84, commend legendary USM Lady Eagles women's basketball head coach upon the occasion of her retirement and induction into Legends Club. Senate Resolution Number 85, commend Biggersville High School Lady Lions girls basketball team for Class 1A state title. Senate Resolution Number 86, congratulate Pearl River Community College, PRCC, cheer team for third national championship in 4 years. Senate Resolution Number 87, commend Robin Hayes as Instructor of the Year for the MGCCC Harrison County Campus. Senate Resolution 88, commend Daniel Calcode as Instructor of the Year at the Perkinson Campus of MGCCC. Senate Resolution Number 89, commend Pontotoc girls basketball team for Class 5A state championship. Senate Resolution Number 90, commend Pearl River Central High School Blue Devil cheerleading team for 2024-2025 National High School Cheerleading Championship. Senate Resolution Number 91, commend Raymond High School boys basketball team for back-to-back Class 4A state championship. Senate Resolution Number 92, commend Bay High School boys soccer team for 4A state championship. Senate Resolution Number 93, extend commendation of Senate to DeSoto County Deputy Sheriff Brian Brock for preventing wrong-way vehicle interstate crash. Senate Resolution Number 94, commend Tupelo High School Lady Wave girls basketball team for second consecutive Class 7A state championship. Senate Resolution Number 95, commend Bay High girls soccer team for first 4A state championship. Senate Resolution Number 96, recognize Senator Hillman T. Frazier for Southern Legislative Conference, SLC, Thomas Murphy Legacy Award. House Concurrent Resolution Number 55, Northwest Mississippi Community College Rangers football team, commend on winning MACCC championship and successful season. House Concurrent Resolution Number 56, Northwest Mississippi Community College women's soccer team, commend on outstanding season. House Concurrent Resolution Number 57, Northwest Mississippi Community College Lady Rangers volleyball team, commend upon capturing the MACCC championship. Sport Fish, House Concurrent Resolution Number 58, Sport Fish Recreation Program, commend upon 75th anniversary of. House Concurrent Resolution Number 59, Honorable Robert George Clark Jr., commend life and distinguished public service career upon his passing.
Make your usual motion, Mr. President.
Makes the usual motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, these are all commending resolutions and recognizing those people that have done outstanding things for our state and for their schools, for their communities. We're very proud of each and every one of them. There are three in particular that I would like to point out. If you'll notice number 9 on today's calendar, we're talking there about poll worker Freddie Ann Bird Farmer. And Ms. Farmer, who is Beth Michelle's aunt, by the way, actually was a poll worker. We had her here the other day. She was a poll worker for 69 years. That is unbelievable. So we're very proud of her, and we appreciate her service to her, not only her community, but to our state. The second one that I'd like to really recognize is, I think it's item number 32, and that's recognizing one of our own, and Senator Hillman Frazier. Senator Frazier will be recognized by SLC in Birmingham this year for winning the Thomas Murphy Legacy Award. We're very proud of Senator Frazier and what he's done. And Senator Frazier, if you would please stand. We're proud of you, and let's all give Senator Frazier a hand. And then, Mr. President, the last one that we have that I won't call special attention to, of course, is the one for the Honorable Robert George Clark. Representative Clark, as you know, was the Speaker Pro Tem, was an outstanding leader in the state of Mississippi, was a friend to all that he ever met. I had an honor, believe it or not, of serving in the Senate while he was in the House. My first 4 years was his last 4. He was an outstanding gentleman and a great leader, and I appreciate his friendship of the time that I got to know him. Mr. President, would it be proper at this time to have a moment of silence for Representative Clark?
You will, and I think Senator Brumfield, did you have a comment, sir? And we'll go with that. Just one moment.
Introduction.
All right, one moment. To request Senator Kirby, we'll have a moment of silence for Representative Clark. We lost a good man. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate. If there are no questions on any of these items, I would ask for use of the morning roll call.
Use of morning roll call has been requested. Anyone object to that procedure? Court is voting no. Present? Seeing none, they all pass by use of the morning roll call.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Also, anyone wishing to co-author any of these, if they would be so kind as to bring the sheets up front with those items circled, we'll do that and add them as co-authors if they're not already on there, and then I would request immediate release.
Seeing no objection is granted. Senator Brumfield, you recognize.
Introduction out of order, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
With the guests and the Senate, please help me welcome some very special guests. We have First Baptist Talatown. Would you all please stand? Let us recognize you. Let us make them feel welcome, please.
Senator Parks. Senator Parks. Pass and retain. Motions to reconsider. Item 40, Senator Bryan.
I ask the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
House Bill 1077, Creighton Products, prohibit sale to persons under 21.
Senator Turner Ford has asked me to move to table the motion to reconsider, so I do.
Table the motion to reconsider. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Motion is tabled. Senator Wiggins. We're on 41, Senate.
Go to item 41, call that up, ask the title be read.
House Bill 1459, CCID, authorize Supreme Court justice to appoint full-time and part-time judges.
Move to table the motion to reconsider.
Motion to table, motion to reconsider. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Wiggins. Senator Polk.
Mr. President, I ask we call up item 42 and have the title read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
1428, Money Transmission Modernization Act, create and repeal Mississippi Money Transmitters Act.
My motion is to table the motion to reconsider.
Motion to table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Polk. Senator Harkins. We're on 43, Senate.
I'd like to go to item 43 and have the title read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
House Bill 1461, capital improvements, revised definition of under local government's capital improvements revolving loan program.
Motions, we table the motion to reconsider.
Motion is to table the motion to reconsider. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. 44, Senator Bryan.
I ask the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
CON, revised conditions for long-term care hospital in Harrison County to allow participation in Medicaid.
The attorney at the health department advises me we need different language in one part of the bill. Therefore, I move we do reconsider the vote by which the bill passed.
Motion is to reconsider a vote by which the bill passed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
The language involves committee amendment number 1, so I move to reconsider the vote by which committee amendment number 1 passed.
Motion is to reconsider the vote by which committee amendment number 1 passed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator Bryan.
I move we reconsider the vote by which amendment number 1 to committee amendment number 1 passed.
You heard the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Senator?
Mr. President, I have on the desk a substitute amendment for amendment number 1 to committee amendment number 1. I'd like to offer that substitute amendment at this time and move for its adoption, and I'd like to be recognized to explain it.
One moment, please. All right, it's up now, Senator. It's up on there. You're recognized to explain it.
The language that we had concerning the facility at St. Dominic's was worded improperly according to the State Department of Health. They prefer this wording. They're the ones that will interpret the law. It does the same thing we discussed. For that reason, I move we adopt the substitute amendment.
Seeing no question, it moves to adopt the substitute amendment. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
Mr. President, yesterday there was a floor amendment, which is amendment number 2 to committee amendment number 1. I would now move to reconsider the vote by which amendment number 2 to committee number 1 passed, and I'd like to briefly explain why.
You may.
I just think this amendment that was adopted on the floor yesterday was not well considered. I'm sympathetic to the need in that area, and there is another vehicle that we could use to look at that area, and I'll try to do that. The difficulty is I don't believe the best approach to getting relief that we're talking about is this particular amendment, and it does create a lot of difficulty to have this amendment in this bill. The bill that's before us is one that we've worked on with the House. The House has agreed more or less to concur in this. It would allow us to get the bill with all the features in it to the governor while we're still in session. There is another vehicle, and I'm more than willing to use that vehicle to consider the issues raised by the amendment. But I think having the amendment in this bill creates a number of difficulties. For that reason, I move we reconsider the vote by which amendment number 2 passed. Amendment number 2 to committee amendment number 1.
Questions on the amendment? Okay, Senator McMahon, you're recognized to speak on the amendment?
Speaking on the motion.
I'm sorry, on the motion. You're correct.
I'm going to ask this body to vote no to reconsider this. You know, it hurts me when I ride around Mississippi and I see facilities that are closed. Think about that for a moment in your own districts, your own areas. Now I want to address this, what we're doing here. Senator Boyd has had a bill to address this for 4 years. This is the first time it's made it to the floor for your consideration. This bill does not require the Department of Health to do anything other than just consider these empty facilities. That's what the bill does. It doesn't cost the state of Mississippi 1 penny. These beds already exist. They're vacant. This allows the Department of Health to enter into an agreement with an operator if they want to. If they want to. I'm talking about the Department of Health. This is a bill that affects these empty beds in these 4 critical areas that they need health care. Imagine if you lived in Holly Springs or Batesville or Houston, Mississippi or Jefferson County, and you had a loved one that was suffering from mental problems. Would you want them transferred all the way to Jackson when you could just visit with them in your own home area? If you will vote no and give the Department of Health the opportunity to negotiate in good faith with some of these other operators. I ask you to vote no against the motion to reconsider this amendment.
Thank you, Senator McMahon. You're recognized, Senator Ryan, to close. 5 minutes, sir.
The hospitals in question converted to critical access hospitals. They chose to do this. If you are a critical access hospital, part of what you do is you give up your beds. That's how this happened. They chose to do it. The entity that is operating those hospitals got paid $3 million per hospital to create. That entity continues to have cost-based reimbursement, which is very good for those 3 critical access hospitals. You cannot have hospital beds in a critical access hospital. That's why the amendment doesn't give the bills to the hospital. It gives the CONs, and it selects out of the whole world the operator of those 3 hospitals to receive 3 CONs. I don't think that's the way we should do business. This is part of a larger issue and a statewide issue. I'm more than willing to consider the issue and consider this situation in another bill which is on the calendar. But this bill is critical to a number of facilities. It's critical to the DeSoto County hospitals, or the hospital in DeSoto County, the hospital in Harrison County. It's critical to the Sun Valley that we're trying to do, and it resolves the issue, which a lot of hospitals are very much concerned about the University of Mississippi Medical Center using its teaching exemption far broader than it was really intended in a way that doesn't hurt UMMC. We need to get these features of this bill in the law. That's why I'm asking you to vote yes on the motion to reconsider so that we can then remove that bill, that amendment from this bill, and we'll deal with those issues in another time and place. Having said that, I would ask the Chamber to vote yes on the motion to reconsider.
There's a motion to reconsider. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. No. We'll try one more. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. No. We're in chairs in doubt. Please call the roll.
Barnett. Barrett. Berry. Blackman. Blackwell. Blunt. Boyd. Brumfield. Bryan. Butler. Carter. Chazanall. Chisholm. DeBar. Delano. England. Fillingane. Frazier. Harkins. Hickman. Hill. Hobson. Horn. Jackson. Johnson. Jordan. Kirby. Ladner. McCon. McLendon. McMahon. Michelle. Norwood. Parker. Rhodes, Robinson, Seymour, Simmons of the 12th, Simmons of the 13th, Sparks, Suber, Tate, Thomas, Thompson, Turner Ford, Whaley, Wiggins, Williams, Younger, Barrett, Berry, Brumfield, Butler, Carter, Chazanall, Frazier, Harkins, Hill, Kirby, Ladner, McClendon, Parker, Michelle, Parks, Polk, Rhodes, Simmons of the 13th, Sparks, Wiggins. Voting yes or yea, Berry, Blackwell, Blunt, Brumfield, Bryan, Butler, Carter, Chazanall, Chisholm, DeBar, Delano, England, Fillingham, Harkins, Hickman, Hill, Hobson, Johnson, Jordan, Kirby, Ladner, McCon, Norwood, Rhodes, Robinson, Seymour, Simmons of the 12th, Thomas, Thompson, Turner Ford, Wiggins, and Younger. Voting no or nay, Barnett, Barrett, Blackman, Boyd, Horn, Jackson, McClendon, McMahon, Suber, Tate, Whaley, and Williams.
Senator Frazier? Mr. Clerk, did you get Senator Frazier's vote, sir? Senator Frazier, what was your vote, sir?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Senator Simmons, for what purpose?
To the vote,
Please proceed.
I vote no.
Senator Simmons, no.
And then we should get 32. Vote of 32 to 14, amendment, motion passes. Senator Bryan,
Now that we're back on the amendment, I just urge members of the Senate to vote no on the amendment itself.
Motion is to vote no on the amendment itself. Senator McMahon, you're recognized.
So I'm speaking, asking you to keep this amendment in the bill. Myself and other senators have met with Department of Health. I'm not going to tell you who the other senators are, but if they want to say who they are, they can. The Department of Health wants to help these facilities. They don't have the authority to help them, but they want to help them if they can. I know it's being told that if this stays in the bill, that it's going to jeopardize the bill on the House end. That's incorrect. We've spoken with our House members. They appreciated what this body did yesterday, and they're going to honor it and keep that amendment in. They're going to concur and send it to the governor. So I'm asking you to keep the amendment in the bill.
Okay, Senator. Yes, sir, you're recognized.
I talk to the State Department of Health all the time. I've had endless conversations with the State Department of Health in the last few days. The State Department of Health has not made that representation to me. I talk to my House counterpart. I talk to people in the House all the time. No one in the House has made those representations to me. It's possible people can have a conversation and misunderstand the conversation. I'm interested in helping the folks in this area. I'm interested in looking at it in another piece of legislation that we have, but I would ask the Senate not to adopt this amendment, which gives specific certificates of need to a specific individual, not to the hospitals. And for that reason, I would ask that you vote no on the amendment.
Senator Boyd,
To speak on the amendment.
please proceed.
The purpose in this amendment that Senator McMahon offered and Senator Suber offered, it is out of frustration. For 5 years now, there has been an issue with needed mental health beds in my area. I have had legislation on this issue. One of these hospitals literally rented beds, the CON numbers, from another hospital that had been granted them. Now, I want y'all to think about this. We're allowing hospitals who had formerly gotten numbers, a commodity that, a privilege that the state gave them, and we are allowing hospitals then to use this as a commodity that they can make money off of giving beds to other hospitals. This system is screwed up. We need meaningful reform in this area, and we haven't done it. So the amendment today is truly out of frustration. Nobody wants to hurt anybody with whatever this is that he says will hurt the House, but we've got to have a better system in this state, because there are much needed mental health beds in this state. There has been very little done in this area for years and years and years. It is time that we as a body demand that there be reform in this area, and that we start seeing the needed beds, and that the health department is surveying to see what we need in this arena, because there has been very limited change in this. Guys, it's time. And it's time that we all demand this, because I am tired of the phone calls when people can't get people in. I'm tired of the calls from law enforcement when they can't get people in these mental health beds. It's time. And we're not going to change anything unless every one of us in here demands that there be change. This bill right here, it's out of frustration, this amendment. So y'all, let's make this change and let's demand this change. If the health department's going to do it, get it done. Let's stop talking about it. Thank you.
Senator Senator McMahon?
Question for Senator Boyd.
One moment, please. Senator Boyd, will you yield for a question? Senator McMahon, you're recognized.
Senator Boyd, thank you for what you shared. Does this amendment require Department of Health to give a CON to anybody?
The amendment, all it does is it allows these individuals that had beds, because they converted, and yes, they converted to those things. It allows them to lease these spaces that they have that are empty right now. It doesn't cost the taxpayers anything in this process.
But nothing in this amendment says they have to give a CON to anybody. It just says that we're giving them authority to at least negotiate in good faith if there's a need. Would you agree with that?
That's what I understand the bill to be. If this is not correct,
No.
legal, let me know.
Right. No one is getting a CON based on this. It's being given anything. Wouldn't you agree?
That is not what I read.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Suber, for what purpose?
I'd like to speak on the amendment.
You're recognized for 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, one thing that's not really been mentioned today or yesterday is where are these people going now? I can tell you where they're going. I deal with it on a daily basis. They're sitting in jail, and that's not where they need to be. Our sheriffs have asked for this, our circuit judges, our special masters in youth court. They have nowhere to go. For the past, I think, 3 years, we worked on this bill, or this amendment, and there might be another avenue. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I was trying to look, but I mean, this is the CON bill that I've seen. I feel like this is appropriate. And this isn't just because one operator wants these CONs. I do think we need reform. I think we need it across the state. I mean, based off this bill, there'll be 73 beds that could be opened up again. We need many times that, all throughout this state, from the coast to the Delta, North Mississippi, Central Mississippi. So I'm here to ask for your help. Like I said, we have people sitting in jail for months upon months, and one of the places that we were always able to send them was to Batesville. They got great help there. They weren't there long. You know, I don't know what the long-term solution is, but short-term is not sitting in our jails. I mean, otherwise they're sitting out on the street. I mean, we need these beds. We need somewhere for them to go. And I'll be happy to talk with anybody about this. I do appreciate Senator Bryan. He and I have talked about this for a couple of years, and like I said, healthcare is not my specialty, but you know, I'm willing to do what I can to help our people. And I do appreciate Senator Bryan talking with me the past couple of years, trying to come up with a solution. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm here to help. I'll be happy to answer any questions, but thank you.
Senator Blackwell, for what purpose?
Question.
For Senator Suber?
Sure.
One moment. Senator Suber, you yield for a question?
Yes, sir.
Senator Blackwell is recognized for a question on this amendment.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman. My understanding is that these beds are going to be, or the CON, the new provider is going to be determined by the current holder. Is that correct? There's a business, there's a facility or a group of businesses that have these beds, and they're going to be the ones making the determination of who the psychiatric provider is going to be. Is that correct?
Well, I think it's with the approval of the Department of Health. I think it just allows them to have the beds back.
And these are beds that they willingly gave up earlier so that they could be a critical access hospital and receive additional funding from the government. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So now that's not good. They want to use these old beds as a commodity and sell it to the highest bidder. Is that correct?
I don't know about that.
That's my interpretation from this. And I don't doubt that there's a need. I certainly support that. But I believe the Chairman Bryan said he has another vehicle in which this thing could be addressed. And from my experience in healthcare, I think that's the proper way to proceed with this. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Blackwell. All right, Senator Bryan, now you're recognized.
Mr. President, there is a statewide problem. It is not solved by one-off solutions. That's why the bill that's before you specifically directs the State Department of Health this year to look at the situation of for-profit entities who are not treating indigents and who are shifting the burden of that onto other facilities, which is the problem. If we can come up with, which we've directed the State Department to work on, a method where if you're not treating the appropriate number of indigents, then you would pay a fee to help those who are. The ultimate solution for all of these people we're talking about is for them to have places to go to receive care which they cannot pay for. They're facilities if you've got money to pay, but not otherwise. And so what we're trying to do is get a statewide plan, let the State Department of Health come up with a proposal, and I hope to take the proposal up early next year. One-off situations like this make the situation worse. And so what I'm asking you to do is to support the bill without this amendment. I'm asking you to let the State Department of Health study this, which the bill directs them to do, and report so that we can have a system to enact next year, which will do far more than this special interest proposition. For that reason, I would ask you to vote no on the amendment.
Motion is on amendment number 2. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
No!
The noes have it, Senator Black. Everyone return to your seats, please. Senator Carter, Senator Blunt, Senator McCon, Senator Sparks, Senator Simmons. Senator Thompson. All in favor signify by standing, please. All in favor signify by standing, please. The Secretary, please count with me. Opposed? Please rise. Opposed? Okay, amendment fails. Senator Bryan.
I move adoption of committee of amendment number 1 as amended.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Please proceed, Senator.
We're on final passage, and I want to make clear two things once again. One is I'm committed to working with the people in this area to see what might be done at this session, but more importantly, and that which will bring more relief across the state, is the provision in the bill that directs the State Department of Health to come up with a statewide solution. Having said that, I suggest use of the morning roll call.
Use of the morning roll call has been requested. Anyone object? The court is voting no. Present? Seeing none, the bill passes by use of the morning roll call. Senator Whaley. I'm sorry, Senator Suber.
This introduction out of order.
Please proceed, Senator Whaley. Pass and retain. Senator Suber, you recognize for introduction out of order. Senate, we move to concurrence.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the North Gallery, I want to welcome 5 gentlemen from Bruce, Mississippi. Welcome to your state Senate.
Concurrence, non-concurrence, Senator Bryan. Pass and retain. Senator Blackwell. We're on 48, Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Go to item number 48, Senate Bill 2386. Ask the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill 2386, Medicaid Reimbursement Services, Beneficiaries, Hospital Assessment, and Related Provisions, bring forward sections related to.
I make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
This is simply our placeholder bill. I'm going to invite, we recommend that we do not concur and invite conference, but this is just a placeholder, just to keep something alive in case the feds do something while we're still here in session. I'll yield for any questions.
Questions? Seeing none. Motion?
Passage by the use of the morning roll call.
All use of the morning roll call has been requested. Anyone object? It's all in favor. That's correct. I started to say that. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. He requested morning roll call, and we should have done by all in favor. Wiggins? Hobson? Bryan? Parker? Harkins? 54, Senate. Senator Johnson, you're next.
I'd like to go to item 54, Senate Bill 2143, and have the title read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill 2143, Local Option Alcoholic Beverage Control Law, Revised Definition of Qualified Resort Area.
My motion is we do not concur and invite conference.
Motion not to concur and invite conference. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator. Senator Johnson, 55, Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ask that the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill 2267, Mississippi Statewide Data Exchange Act, established.
My motion is that we do not concur and invite conference.
Motion to not concur and invite conference. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. 56, Senator Johnson. Pass and retain. Senator Blunt. Pass and retain. Senator Fillingane. Pass and retain. Senator England. Senator England, you recognize. Senate, we're on 59.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to go to that item on the calendar and have the title read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill 2654, in-person early voting allowed.
Thank you, Mr. President. My motion is that we do not concur and invite conference.
Motion not to concur and invite conference. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator England. Senator Bryan. 60.
I ask that the title be read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill 2741, professional music therapists provide for licensure by State Department of Health.
I move we do not concur and invite conference.
Motion not to concur and invite conference. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Wiggins. Senator Wiggins, we're on 61, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Go to item 61, call that up, ask the title be
Clerk,
read.
please read the title.
Senate Bill 2771, youth court revised timeline for permanency hearings.
Make the usual motion.
Usual motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it.
Mr. President, my motion is going to be that we do concur and I be allowed to explain.
You're recognized to explain concurrence.
Thank you, Mr. President. The one change that the House did was inserting into the bill If you look at lines 148, the bottom line is in certain situations, a child has been, current law is to be named a party. And by the way, this is the DHS bill. And what the House did was stated that attorneys who are appointed in a case where a child is alleged to have been abused or neglected, then they need to have juvenile justice training provided by or approved by the Judicial College consistent with current law. Also, they did conforming language in lines 206 to place that in there. So that's responsible. It's in the best interest of the children, and with that, my motion is that we do concur. My motion is we do concur.
Thank you, Senator. All in favor signify, I'm sorry, on the morning roll call, does anyone object to that procedure? Code of voting, no. Present? Seeing none, passes by use of morning roll call. Senator Wiggins, 62.
Yes, call that up, ask the title be
Clerk,
read.
please read the title.
Senate Bill 2787, bad faith assertions of patent infringement, repeal or on.
Make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Please proceed.
Thank you. The one change, it was actually ended up being a typo in the last one. They changed 2021 to 2025, and so making it in effect July 1st, 2025. And so my motion would be that we do concur and we pass it on the morning roll call, Mr. President.
Motion is to concur and pass on the morning roll call. Anyone object to the procedure? Board is voting no. Present? Seeing none, the bill passes. Thank you, Senator Wiggins. Senator Harkins? Senator Harkins, we're on 63.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to go to item 63, Senate Bill 2851, and have the title read.
Mr. Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill 2851, alcoholic beverages allow persons to bring onto premises with on-premises retailers permitted in certain qualified resorts.
My motion is we do not concur and invite conference.
Motion not to concur and invite conference. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator Chasnow.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to go to item 64, call it up and ask the title.
Clerk, please read the title.
Senate Bill 2869, Mississippi Native Spirit, law revised to include craft spirits.
My motion is that we do not concur but invite conference.
Sorry, ma'am, what was that?
We do not concur but invite conference.
Motion is not to concur and invite conference. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. I know Senator Hobson wants to have a meeting. Can you hold one moment here while we look at time schedules? 1 second. pass and retain the remainder of the calendar here. We see that we don't, and we have meetings that are already scheduled for the Senate for today, for right after and today that y'all are aware of, so we'll move to Senator Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we stand in recess till 5, at which time the Journal will reflect we're adjourned until 10 a.m. Monday.
No, sir, it won't be 10 a.m. Monday.
I'm sorry, 4 o'clock Monday.
Good pick. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it.
11:25. Yes, ma'am.